and welcome back to my channel. I have got a really crispy, delicious new style of samosa making for you. I'm trying to do the kind of classic filling that I know. Listen, there are all types of samosas all over India, but specifically where I come from, they don't add peas, they don't add turmeric, and it's just the dry spices, powdered spices that are added to the potatoes. And I'm going to do that filling to go with a crispy dough. And I'm going to try a new style of rolling them out, which might be a lot easier than the traditional one. So let's get cooking. Before that, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button. Let's do this. So now for the potatoes part, I'm going to get 5 potatoes, peel them, chop them and boil them until soft. So I always cook potatoes in just tap water, bring it to a boil, and then it takes around 4 to 5 minutes to get this nice and soft. So the potatoes have boiled and I have kind of drained them. Now I'm just going to mix it up with the spices, and while the potatoes are cooling, I'm going to make a dough which also needs resting. So these can cool and the dough can rest. So with this mix today, I want to keep it super classic. So I am just going to add a little bit of oil. Let it heat up, and before kind of it gets really hot, let me reduce the heat a little bit. I'm going to add a teaspoon of chili powder. See, it's not very hot, so it's not burning your spices. Teaspoon of garam masala, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of ground coriander, teaspoon of ground cumin, and the last thing to go in is a teaspoon of amchur or mango powder. I know it's a lot of spices, but this is like the classic samosa from where I come, Madhya Pradesh. It's just spices, no peas and this and that, nothing. And now I'm going to add the potatoes. Now increase the heat to high and just kind of stir the spices into the potatoes. And I'm also, if you can notice, slightly mashing it up. That's why your potatoes need to be super soft and cooked through. And that's it. I'm going to leave it in a little plate to cool down completely. And I'm going to quickly make the dough. Give it 2 more minutes on high heat. So this is now going to cool down in here. See, this is what I wanted. I love, this is my favorite bit, the crispy bit. Oh, adds so much to the mixture. Right, let's cool this down. You can make this a day or 2 in advance as well. Smells lovely. I'm gonna get some plain flour, maida, all-purpose, whatever you call it. We call it plain flour in the UK. So that's 300 grams. And now I'm gonna add a few things to this. A little bit of salt, so half a teaspoon. And then really important, some fat. So you could use oil, you could use softened butter. I'm using my homemade ghee. This is my homemade ghee. I don't have it often, I have to admit, but when I do, oh, the flavor it adds. So you can't be shy in adding this. You need 3 tablespoons, so around like a tablespoon per 100 grams. And then kind of get that breadcrumby texture, so you rub it in nicely. And then for the water, as always, I'm actually gonna add a little bit of lukewarm water today, not much. Okay, I'm just gonna for luck add a little drop more and get some luke water in here. That's better. So what you're looking for is kind of like you should be able to see a bit of texture, so which is why I added a little bit more. And when you press it together, it kind of holds its shape a little bit. And now this is lukewarm water. I can't tell you exact, as always. You just have to add, oops, that was 3 tablespoons. Just add a little bit and try and bind it together. Okay guys, I stopped measuring the water because you just need enough to get it together. Now, just bringing it together doesn't need kneading. What it really needs is resting. So a minute of this, then I'm going to cover and let it rest. The potatoes can cool down and this can rest nicely. Right, so the dough is now rested. I am just going to kind of loosen it out here. And I'm just going to roll it to get smaller portions. So just make sure that you cover the rest of the dough. You want to dry it out, and then I'm going to work with these 4 first. Just going to get a little bit of like a drop of oil so it doesn't stick on here. So actually this is kind of a little style I saw somebody make, and I thought, oh, I want to try this. Here I am trying it out. So just a circle, just get it to the right kind of thinness here, which we are at. Now I'm gonna do the little trick. So first up, just 1 fold, 2 fold, cut the center out. So you've got 4 portions. If you want, you could just press it so you get clearer lines. If you're not able to make out the 4, now you can. And now I've got the filling. So I'm just going to take 4 little, whatever filling is left, I am going to make aloo parathas out of them for tomorrow, so it won't go wasted. Now, got this. Well, I haven't tried it, so it'll be interesting to see whether it works or not. So these 2 things get pinched together. Might be too much filling. And then definitely too much filling. This gets pinched together. And actually is so much easier than a regular samosa folding. So much easier. And you can just repeat it with the rest of the dough. So this is going to get 4 for 8 for 12, 16, and another 16 from here. As you can see, I've literally just fried some pakoras in here, which is why it's got these. Literally just finished frying them. I know, what was I thinking, pakoras and samosas on the same day. Anyways, got it nice and hot, and now I've lowered the heat to lowest so that it can cook slowly and nicely to 8 at a time. So this is really low heat. Now I'm gonna increase the heat. They have slightly opened up, which is fine, but I'm gonna be careful next lot. Increase the heat a little bit to medium because that was low, then it can continue crisping up. Now for the last 2 minutes, increase the heat to high so it can get some color and last bit of crispness. So far it is looking incredible, and I've got my chai on the go. Can't have samosas without chai. So I've just made a very quick coriander mint chutney. The recipe is already on the channel, guys, so just check it out there. I've shared a few varieties of this chutney because it's my favorite. I'm not doing a great job dropping it everywhere. I have no idea what's going on with the sun today. I do know that I'm excited about these cute little samosas. 5 enough for one? Well, I think so. So I'm just frying and getting these last lot out. I have made them all and fried them all. I make samosas on special occasions, I have to admit, because they take a bit of work and time. It is a labor of love if you're going to make your pastry from scratch, but it's worth every minute of work that you put in. But this technique of making samosas has definitely eased the whole process for sure, and I'm going to definitely repeat it. I think the one thing I would change is a lot of them have opened up in the middle, which is not ideal. It's not, it's just going to crisp up the potatoes, but next time I'm going to make sure like I pinch it really well. Other than that, this has been really easy and simplified the whole process quite a lot. Time to taste it. I think a bit more chutney. You know what? I have made this style before, like the filling, but for some reason today they taste so much more like the ones from Jabalpur. And like I said, I've made samosas many times before, but this has to be the crispiest pastry I've ever achieved. And that could be because I used the ghee. I tend to use oil, but I've used ghee today, that's homemade. And I think that has really helped. That is so crisp. I am in heaven. Samosa is one of the first things I look for when I touch down in India. These are insane. I really hope you're gonna try these, guys. Let me stop eating for a second. Have some chai with it. Enjoy. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you back here with another new recipe very soon. Hope you're gonna enjoy making this style of samosas.